I'm sure you people know I'm not a politician. I can say it's a privilege to be here tonight. I flew in last night into the country and I said I must be here. It's unprecedented, and you can quote me that it's unprecedented what is happening in Imo State today. It never happened in this country. You can quote me. I don't know what inspired our people can do political donations, but he put a process, set a center, hired one of the best brilliant guys, Dr. Amadi, out of NCC, put a system in place. It's one thing to give people tools, and another thing for them to be trained on how to use it. I'm from this state, from a local village in Mbitoli. I'm inspired, I'm excited with what the governor is doing. This is not the first time. I missed the first one, which was for 5,000. Today is 15,000. I mean, this budget, he knows what to do with it. Because I sympathize with the governors. When I look at their problems and what people expect them to do, I sympathize with them because I know their locations and the debt profile of most states. Skill Up Imo, you would not understand it. I'm a testimony. If when I was growing up, somebody gave me a smartphone, I would have been one of the first 5 richest people in the world. I built the biggest tech group in the whole of Africa, coming from this state, with nothing. It's climbing with nothing. My father didn't know what I was doing. My mother didn't know what I was doing. The night I called them up and said I was going to do tech, I pleaded with them, you must see me as an orphan, as an only child. They screamed. Because people around me didn't understand what I was going into. What His Excellency has done today, you can quote me. It will be difficult for even federal government to do it on one decision. He has given you the tool to be world-class billionaires. What I see here are billionaires, 21st century billionaires, are tech billionaires. If you're in agriculture, you have to drive it with technology. If you're in transportation, you have to drive it with technology. If you're in commerce, don't kid yourself, you have to drive it with technology. What is done, if I'm a beneficiary, if I'm one of you today, I will take that tool, go home, invite my parents, brothers, and sisters, and we hold hands and pray for the governor of Imo State and his government. If you don't do it, you're unfair to yourself. He has blessed you. If I had this blessing, I repeat, I would have been one of the first 5 richest people in the world. And I come from a family that a lot of you don't know. In 21st century, wealth is a right. Last century, money shouts. In 21st century, wealth whispers. Technology people make money, they don't make noise. That's what it's giving you. Omar, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a reverend father. I chatted with you. It came from your heart. My God, who inspired you to do this, will continue to bless you and your family.
Amen.
And the next generation from your family.
Amen.
Imo, I'm sure you people know I'm from here. I'll continue to pray for Imo State. When I came in there, I just thank God that I could see over 5,000 certified billionaires in this stadium. And you must take that grace. And the man who made it possible, you must continue to pray for him. I say, when you get home today, it's not politics, it's physical. He's giving you the skill to perform. I'm hiring out of here. I tell you one thing. Imo is poor in terms of cash, but we are rich in terms of knowledge. I will continue to invest in Imo State. I think I'm the highest employer of educated Imolites. I want to leave you because His Excellency is supposed to take microphone. Like I said, I'm not a politician, but it's between you and your God. You need to bless yourself. If somebody has blessed you, what He gave you, what He's giving you people are not cheap computers. Some of the laptops, the license inside it is over 130,000. Not to talk about the price of the computer. I said, my minister is here. What I'm quoting, you can repeat it elsewhere. I built the biggest tech group in the whole continent. And I'm from a poor community in Imo State. I want God to bless more people who will be bigger than me and use Owa as a point of contact. God bless all of you. Your Excellency, I thank all of you. God bless you.
A resounding round of applause for Chief Leo Staneke. Skill Up Imo. I want to hear your voice. If you know that today, like His Excellency said yesterday, is a day of empowerment for you who has passed through this Cohort 2 program. I want you to respond and to thank His Excellency. Skill Up Imo.
Technology, opportunity, people.
Skill Up Imo.
Technology, opportunity, people.
Skill Up Imo.
Technology, opportunity, people.
In a few minutes from now, His Excellency will be mounting this podium to speak to us, to address us, to give us hope, to complete what He has started. As you are looking out there, I want you to look towards this side. Look at your right side. That is 15,000 laptops for all of you. Each and every one of you will be going home with a laptop.
Yes. Yes.
Are you hearing me? If you want to go home with your laptop, Skill Up Imo. There is no other state in this country today that can boast of what His Excellency has done. I came from the federal government. As you know, I was able to reach the peak of my career. And I have managed projects of this nation for this country. And in all my over 22 years, in service. I have never seen a state or even the Federal Republic of Nigeria in all its investments that has done what this man has done. Today, there will be more laptops in the hands of Imo youth than there is phone in the hands of other youths in Nigeria.
I don't get empowered, I God do it. My laptop don't come, I God do it. Everybody want to God do it. I God do it, oh. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.
Skill Up Imo! Are we ready?
Are you sure?
Immediately after His Excellency's speech, your lunch pack will be served. Rise to welcome the digital conqueror as he's being introduced and invited to the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to receive the digital governor, the digital professor, Imo. He gives fish, and now he has given us all the modalities, teaching us to fish. I'm telling you about a governor that brings leadership without tribal, ethnic, political, or religious bias. Ladies and gentlemen, let's receive Imo, the digital governor. Yes, digital professor. We welcome you.
I don't get a lot, God do it. My empowerment don't come, now God do it. I don't get computer, now God do it. Empowerment don't come, now God do it. Aha. Everybody wants to God do it. Now God do it, oh. Now God do it, oh. The conqueror, the lion is here. Look at him. Hey, Sabu, Imba, Ije. The conqueror, the lion, the emperor, the lion is here. Hey, Sabu, Imba,
Skill Up Imo. Skill Up Imo. You are set to collect your laptops this afternoon. Your Excellency, the wife of the governor of Imo State, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodimma, the Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Chike Olembwe, the Chief Judge of Imo State, Right Honorable Justice Teresa Chikeka, the Deputy Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, and other members of Imo State House of Assembly, serving and non-serving. Our distinguished guest of honor, the Honorable Minister for Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, the Minister for Science and Technology, Chief Uchenna Ji, the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Dr. Nkiruka Onyejiocha, distinguished members of the National Working Committee of the greatest party in Black and White Africa, ably led by the Deputy National Secretary, of our great party, the Secretary to the Government of Imo State, Chief Cosmos Iwu, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Barrister Nnamdi Anyehe, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Imo State, Barrister C.O.C. Akolisa, other honorable commissioners, members of Imo State Expanded Executive Council, not forgetting the Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Dr. Chimezie Amadi, the guests of honor to today's occasion, my dear brother, one of our best and brightest, Dr. Leostan Eke, the Chief Executive Officer of Zionos Computers, the Deputy Gubernatorial Candidate for Imo State, Lady Chinyere Komaro and her dear husband, the Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo Worldwide, Ambassador K. Emuche, the Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Imo State Chapter, Reverend Dr. H.S. Divine H.S., my lords, bishops, representatives of bishops and members of the clergy in our midst, the clerk of Imo State House of Assembly and head of legislature, heads of tertiary institutions in Imo State, the CEO of wakanow.com, Dr. Adenike Macaulay, distinguished Imo leaders and stakeholders, prominent among them, as a point of contact, Professor Maurice Iwu, the former chairman of INEC, our graduates for the Cohort 2 Skill Up Imo project, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed with great pleasure that I welcome you to this historic occasion, marking the graduation of another 15,000 Imo youths from the Skill Up Imo project Cohort 2. As you may know, the Skill Up Imo project is one of the key programs of our shared prosperity agenda. For the records, 5,000 youths had earlier graduated from this program, bringing the number in addition to the 15,000 graduating today to 20,000. Today, we make yet another effort to edge the Eastern Heartland on the sands of history. For the avoidance of doubt, Imo State is the first state in Nigeria to successfully equip this number of young citizens with digital skills, thus getting them equipped and ready for today's technology-driven world and economy. Just as I pointed out during the flag off, the aim of the Skill Up Imo project is to upskill, to reskill, and train 300,000 Imo youths to acquire the fourth industrial revolution skill sets needed to align and fit into the evolving digital world. As I have said repeatedly, no infrastructure is as important as educating our youths and equipping them with the crucial skills they need to be able to succeed in life. This explains the sense of fulfillment that I feel at this graduation ceremony of the second batch of youth who have been successfully trained and equipped with literacy and entrepreneurial skills. The initiative to infuse Imo youth with digital skills is in line with Imo Digital Economic Agenda 2022 to 2026, with the aim of making Imo one of the digital skills hubs of Africa and coping the menace of unemployment and insecurity. The agenda is also in sync with the federal government National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2023. You may recall that at the inauguration of this program, I stated that in today's world, literacy no longer means the ability to read and write. To be considered literate in today's world, you must be familiar with and fluent in digital skills. Today, our daily lives depends to a large extent, if not entirely, on technology and the digital economy. Never in the history of mankind have ideas ruled the world than this age of artificial intelligence, AI. In fact, not only do digital ideas govern the world today, but they are also doing so and transforming the world at such a speed that we cannot afford to sit back and hope to play catch up. My dear future technology tycoons, the Skill Up Imo project means the world to me, and I desire to see you succeed. To me, Skill Up Imo is the investment of our administration in a future that has already arrived. I see an array of opportunities in the digital sphere that, if exploited, will give Imo State the competitive advantage among the committee of states, affording us the enviable status of the technology hub of the country. If this is achieved, we would have succeeded in rewriting the economic history of our dear state. This is why we have spared no expense to make you competent to fish in this digital pond instead of merely giving you fish from the pond. The digital literacy skills you just acquired have the potential to transform your life like a miracle, with the greater benefit belonging to our society. I am sure you all know the story of how, at the age of 10, Elon Musk bought his first computer and taught himself programming, or the story of how, in the late 60s, Bill Gates was fortunate to attend one of the only few high schools in the world that had a computer, the Lakeside School in Seattle, United States. No more than 13 years old back then, Bill Gates seized the opportunity. He absorbed everything he could and practiced with the computer at every opportunity he got. Today, his diligence has paid off. That is what happens when diligence missed opportunity. But then one might ask, what could have been the case if people like Bill Gates had access to the computer or digital literacy? How many Microsoft dollar billionaires and Gates Foundation could have been around today in the world if the opportunity to have more students like Bill Gates was available then? This is why our Shared Prosperity Administration has set a target to expose not one, not a few, but at least 300,000 Imo sons and daughters to the digital ecosystem. Hopefully, you will all succeed and take Imo State off the poverty map. The prospects are simply endless. It is impossible to overemphasize this. Digital literacy will make you better no matter your profession or no matter your trade. As a teacher with digital skills, you can create personalized learning for your pupils so that you leave no one behind. As an artisan with digital skills, you can easily respond with the new concepts to the changing needs of your clients. As a trader with digital skills, you can collapse physical barriers with e-commerce. As a doctor with digital skills, you can reach more patients, leveraging on telemedicine. As a content creator, the world becomes your audience. Even as a government, we can, through digitalization, deepen inclusion and break the mode of unemployment and unrest, which is exactly what we are doing today through the Skill Up Imo in Imo State. As good as it sounds, that is just one half of it. Skill Up Imo is a strategic investment in the economic growth or gross domestic product of our dear state. Your instructors might have told you how already that digitally transformed companies are at competing regular enterprises. Let me reiterate this point with some data. Statistical reports that in 2018, digitally transformed enterprises accounted for 13.5 trillion US dollars of the global nominal GDP. In 2023, they are forecast to account for 53.3 trillion US dollars, more than half of the overall nominal GDP. This signals that digital supremacy in the global economy is very near. By comparison, in the first quarter of 2018, the digital economy, or if you like, digitally transformed enterprises, contributed about 3 trillion naira to Nigerian nominal GDP. By the second quarter of 2023, which is the most recent assessment, the contribution of the digital economy or digitally transformed enterprises to Nigeria's nominal GDP is put at about 6.8 trillion naira. And this is far, far more than what crude oil can earn. This is according to National Bureau of Statistics. That is a remarkable growth, and the Imo State needs to own a large piece of this pie. I am happy to note that the skills that you have acquired are in demand, and they are top earning skills that will not only grant you financial freedom, but will give you the capacity to collaborate with one another to imagine and co-create solutions to problems of Imo State and our country at large. we should now be able to rationally consume digital products and thus shift our society towards greater digital adoption. Create your own digital products for the benefits of others and effectively communicate with your product to the market. And by so doing, you will now laugh all the way to the bank. In furtherance of this, I'm glad to inform you that we have already have an understanding with some European and Canadian companies. Through this understanding, companies in these countries have agreed to send us a list of specific digital skills they require to service their production in their home countries, and requested us to train our youths in these specified skills. On our part, we will train the youths for the specified digital skills standard, which qualifies them for automatic employment in these companies abroad. Also, to facilitate their movement to their employers in Europe and Canada, the government of Imo State has committed to foot the bills for their flight tickets and the initial living expenses. My dear young ones, in this world of technology, there is no room for laxity, arms folding, or endless slumber. The world has visually been reduced to a small village that sits on the palm of your hand. If ever the maxim that your destiny is in your hands were true, it is now. I urge you to get up and maximize this opportunity, for destiny favors only the diligent. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here to present to the world the second batch of our finished products from our lofty Skill Up Imo program. The graduates are the second batch of 15,000 youths who were transparently selected, diligently trained under the Digital Empowerment Scheme. These young men and women were put through very intense and hands-on digital entrepreneur and literacy training, covering entry, intermediate, and advanced level courses over the past 4 to 12 weeks. It is therefore gratifying that our graduates who came in with little or no experience in digital technology are today equipped with skills in digital marketing, web and app development, LAN networking, content creation, basic data analysis, graphic design, programming, cybersecurity, visual assistance, as well as skills to repair telephones and other digital devices, among others. There is no doubt that they can favorably compete with their counterparts anywhere in the world in their areas of specialization, and as such, contribute to the economic growth of not only Imo State, but Nigeria as a whole. This will in turn help transform Nigeria into one of the leading economies through a digital economy, which is the ultimate goal of federal government. The federal government policy on diversification for foreign exchange earning is consistent with the ideals and principal objective of Skill Up Imo program. These expectations from our modest effort in Imo State are giving concrete expression to the Willy Digital Skills Index report of 2021, which clearly indicates that the strongest economies will be those best able to establish a clear lead in the development of digital skills. The good news is that we have recorded significant milestones. Within a short time, we have been able to train 20,000 youths in the first and second cohorts and equipped them with relevant digital tools to enable them launch their own startups, create new ventures, and become self-reliant. Today, some of these startups are taking advantage of the freelancing opportunities that come with the digital economy to provide technology services for local and foreign-based companies right here from Imo State. In addition, we have continued to record high graduate employment in the Skill Up Imo program as technology-based companies such as Zynox Technologies, Konga Online Limited, Wakanow.com, and businesses within and outside the state have variously engaged technological talents from the Skill Up Imo programs. Consequently, my administration will leave no stone unturned in our commitment to leverage technology to build a sustainable digital economy that will generate new jobs for the labor force and expand the economic space for increased participation of Imo people in line with our shared prosperity agenda. Today, I call on all our graduates to make the best use of the skills learned towards transforming Imo State, and by extension, the entire country into a bedrock of technological advancement in Africa. I am pleased to announce that the Cohort 3 batch of Skill Up Imo program, which will commence immediately, will train another set of 40,000 youths in the digital skills. Let me assure you, I want to assure you all that we shall not relent in our efforts towards making the quality of the program a world-class standard by strengthening our collaborative partnership with global technological giants like Microsoft, Cisco, Huawei, and Zynox Computers. In this regard, the experiences and the feedback from the just concluded sessions will be duly considered with a view to enriching subsequent trainings of this program, which we intend to inaugurate as soon as possible. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank very much all of you for creating time to be part of this epoch-making event, which will help balloon our dear state to greater socio-economic development. Please join me to wish our graduates the very best of luck as they march confidently into the lucrative world of digital technology. I want to congratulate you. I want to commend you. I want to use this opportunity to advise Imo young men and women who are desirous of having a life worth living to queue into this program and take advantage of this government expenditure and support to become what they desire to be in life. On behalf of the government and people of Imo State, working with my team, I want to thank Almighty God and congratulate all of you for a program well considered. Thank you as you go. And may the Almighty God lead you, all of us, safely to our various destinations. It is therefore my pleasure and honor to call the managers of the program to prepare for the handing over of the laptop to the graduates.
Make some noise for our digital governor, our digital professor. Please, I want to move on quickly. The project management graduation list, that's where we are moving from. Ministry Center. I want to start. Thank you so very much, Your Excellency.
Skill Up Imo! The long-awaited time is here. Can you give 3 balls to our digital governor? Can you give another 3 balls to Her Excellency, the First Lady of Imo State? We will now invite the project management course, the project management class, for them to file as their names is being mentioned for a symbolic presentation. Whereas after that, other courses will also be announced to receive their own today.
Thank you. Please, we're starting immediately. I am calling on Abazie Kelechi Alexander. Abiakam Nora Ihoma will follow immediately. Abazie Kelechi Alexander, please. Ichie, position. Abazie Kelechi Alexander. Please, quickly. Abiakam Nora Ihoma should be on standby, please. Abiakam Nora Ihoma. Adewere Chinyaka Vivian. Adewere Chinyaka Vivian. Benson Joshua. Benson Joshua. Bonaventure Chimeze. Gift Nwachukwu. Guy and Ibokwe. Gift Nwachukwu, please. Guy and Ibokwe. Guy N. Ibokwe. Ihe Koronye Goodness Amarachi. Ihe Koronyo Goodness Amarachi. Elasamni Keinde Victoria. Elasami Keinde Victoria. Victoria. Iwuchukwu Chinonyerem Uzodimma. Iwuchukwu Chinonyerem Uzodimma. Madwa Buchi Evarestus Chukwebuka. 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 Is that you?